Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's start out with a little warm-up. Little two voice. We will start with defense attorney. Ready? Here we go. But he hadn't called you yet, I take it? No. Well, when you called him, did you just ask him to prescribe the medicine to you? I explained to him my condition and he gave me a prescription over the phone. He called it in. All right, so Dr. West gave you a prescription for the Elavil. Is that true? Yes. And then he tried another kind too. Let's stay with Elavil right now. Okay, we've got to keep our medicines straight. So you took it for about 2 or 3 months in that time period. Yes. And then you stopped taking it around May. To be honest with you, I don't remember the dates that I started and stopped taking them. I just remember over the past couple of years that I have taken them. I don't remember the dates that I started and stopped, except that you said that you hadn't taken it for 9 months prior to a couple of weeks ago. Right, yes. The last time you took it was probably May of last year. Right, yes. Okay, I'm pretty sure of that. And prior to that, you took it for a 2 or 3 month period. Yes. And then you laid off of it for a while, and then you didn't take it again until recently, until January. Yes. Okay. How about Dr. West? He prescribed it to you as well? Yes. And when did you see Dr. West? I saw Dr. West. He was the first doctor that I saw after going to job stress. That would have been in the spring. Is he a general practitioner also? Yes, he is. All right. Now let's try some four-voice practice. And we will start with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Here we go. Okay, and what was the first contact that you had with Mr. Randall in July of 2006? Just to contact me if I would be available to work on this matter. And did you call him back? Yes. Okay, and when was the first phone conversation that you had with Mr. Randall related to this matter? In that same time frame. Okay, what did he tell you about the litigation? Well, at first, when I get contacted, I usually don't like getting into details until I do a conflict of interest check. So I just say, let's get the conflict evaluated first. Okay, that's what we talked about, administrative details. Okay. And then after you took care of the conflict check, what was the next discussion you had with Mr. Randall related to this litigation? To the best I can remember, there may not have been another conversation because I think the case moved to another attorney. There may have been as many as 3, but possibly only 2 attorneys in this case, as I recall, but it pretty much went on hold for quite some time. Okay, and your counsel that's here today is attorney number 2. Could be 2, could be 3. Okay, and do you recall the names of any of the other potential attorneys that worked on this matter? I could look through see if there's through these documents. It's okay. Just off the top of your head, do you recall any? No, sir. And do you have any understanding As to why Mr. Randall stopped working on this case? No. Okay, did he tell you he was retiring? No. Okay. Following your conversations with Mr. Randall, what was the next conversation you had with anybody at Cal West related to this litigation? I don't know if it would have been a call to me or to our front office or to a fellow who works with me named Ron Adams, but I think it was to set up a site inspection. And do you recall approximately what month that phone conversation dealing with the site inspection took place? I think late summer, maybe late summer, early September. Okay, so between February of 2006, roughly, when you ran the conflicts check and initially discussed things with Mr. Randall on the telephone call related to the site inspection in late summer, did you do any work related to this litigation? I'm right now checking my invoices. From the invoices, looks like had a conference call on September 24th, so that's probably when the case. Is that the first billing entry that you have? Well, I think it is. Well, no. Here's a September 4th, and that's with John Smith, and I know I asked John to go to the site visit because I wasn't going to be able to make that. John Smith works with you? Well, he's a consultant with me. He's a professor in the Department of Geological Sciences at Cal State Los Angeles. Okay, yeah, that looks like the first entry is getting ready for the site visit. Okay, so is it fair to say that you didn't do any work on this file between roughly February and late September for the site visit? At least no billable work. Okay, so do you recall the conversation that took place in September regarding the site visit with someone from Cal West? Not really. Did you take any notes about it? No, sir. Okay, and did you attend the site inspection at the property? No, sir. Why not? I was in South Carolina, and you sent Mr. Smith in your stead? No, I didn't send him. He said he'd go and make the site visit, and he'd done several site visits on other projects for the firm, and he's very good at it, so he can take good photos. Okay, have you ever been to the 2261 Rose property? Just along the beach. Okay, when was that? During Thanksgiving week, okay, of this year. Is there any water flowing out of the pipe? Yeah, there's almost, at that time. Okay, before Mr. Smith attended the site inspection in September, had you been provided any documentation related to this litigation to review? I do not recall. I was hoping emails might remind me, but I don't recall. Okay, do you have any recollection as to the first materials you received from anybody at Cal West related to this litigation? The dates of that receipt? The billings might indicate that because we'd have to review it. I would say about basically, well, here I have John Smith doing some document review on September 8th. So there may have been some documents. I don't know. Don't recall. Okay, did you provide the documents to Mr. Smith to review, or did they come directly from Cal West? Good question. Probably both, because he's getting ready for the site visit. Okay, so assuming we had documents that were relevant to the site visit, we would have given it to him to look at so he could be aware when he went to the site. Okay, and are you aware of any documents being provided directly to Mr. Smith by anyone from Cal West? No, sir. Okay, and did you and Mr. Smith speak about the site visit that he attended? Oh, yes, sir. Did he provide you with a report of some sort? Just the photos that you have in the notebook and on that CD. Okay. Did he provide you with a written report as to any of the aspects of the property that he observed? No, sir. Did you and he discuss the physical aspects of the property on the phone or in person? I believe so. Did you take any notes during those conversations? No, sir. Did you record later any of the recollections that you had about those conversations in written form? No, sir. Have you been retained as an expert witness by Cal West in the past prior to this litigation? I know I've been retained as an expert against Cal West issues, but prior to this case, I'm not sure if I've been retained by Cal West. All right, that will conclude our Q&A practice.